Another loaded show coming your way on today's Philadelphia 76ers now, and here's the rundown. The Sixers making a signing in their front court, also Tobias Harris replacements, and we're going to have a conversation. Would you rather have Tobias Harris, the $40 million man, or Crumbl cookies? I know what would satisfy me more, eating Crumbl cookies as compared to watching Tobias Harris play basketball right now. Let's start off here with the Sixers' addition to their roster. Talked about this a couple of weeks ago when Philadelphia was going to meet with Kai Jones, former first-round pick out of Texas. Mind has gone a little bit wonky, hasn't been with an NBA team, but that changes now. Sixers are signing the former first-round pick to a 10-day contract. Then obviously, we know the situation with Kai Jones. Away from the game because of some weird stuff that was going on, and has a lot of ability. He's 6'10", 221, wiry, springy, can jump. He can defend the rim. He can throw down some dunks on the two-man game. And he's been away from basketball. Shams Charania and his camp are saying that he's righted the ship as far as what's going on in between the ears, and now he has an opportunity to prove himself with Philadelphia. And if he does play well, maybe he gets extended beyond this 10-day, signed to an NBA deal, and he could be a part of this playoff rotation as a pretty solid backup big for Philadelphia here. The former 19th overall pick in 2021, raw talent, upside, extremely athletic. He was released by the Hornets in October after some on-court incidents. Philadelphia brings him in for a meeting, brings him in for a workout, and they must have liked what they saw, or they must be so desperate in that front court because Mo Bamba clearly isn't the answer, that they at least want to see what he can bring to the floor for head coach Nick Nurse. According to Shams, he's, quote, worked on himself, he's in a better place mentally since his release, and it gives him newfound hope for his NBA career. Why this would make sense for the Sixers. We know that Philadelphia needs center help. They're awful without Joel Embiid. And since scoring that 70-burger against San Antonio, that was such a great moment. Everybody's celebrating and surrounding Joel Embiid, dumping some water on him. They have gone downhill precipitously. Paul Reed playing hard. He's undersized. Mo Bamba, not good. Low risk, high reward move potentially for the Sixers here. So grade the signing of Kai Jones. Get down in the comment section. What do you think? A, B, C, D, or F? Let me know here on the channel. Coming up next, 5 players that the Sixers can replace Tobias Harris with this offseason. And I can't wait until he's no longer a 76er. Tobias should be stepping up right now without Joel Embiid. He's had more opportunities to manufacture points on the offensive end. The Sixers have been ailing. They've been in desperate need of a player who's making damn near $40 million to play better basketball. He's shriveled up, he's gone into his shell, and he's been really bad. And these numbers, since Joel Embiid has gone out, pretty hard to believe here because you would imagine more offensive opportunities. Tuesday night against the New York Knicks, 2 points? Are you kidding me? And since Embiid went out, 15.8 points per game, 45% from the field, 28% from downtown. That's paltry, that's cold, that's miserable, that's awful. And Tobias, after Maxey's concussion, Sixers shorthanded. They're banged up. Mad Max is out. They're 25 points per game guy. Gone. Joel Embiid, averaging 33 points per game. Not in the lineup. Harris gives you 14.5 points per game, 41% from the hardwood, 12.5% from three-point range. That is disgusting. So I ask you this question here. Pick one. Daryl Morey joked about it in the offseason. I'm not joking about it any longer here. Tobias Harris, TH. Crumbl cookie type cookie. Because Tobias Harris right now, he's crumbling. And you know what satisfies me more? Sitting back with the 4-pack, 6-pack of Crumbl cookies and smashing those things with a glass of whole milk. Now, 5 Tobias Harris replacements this offseason. Sixers are equipped with the most cap space in the NBA. We'll get to that here just around the corner. But first, make sure you sign up with Factor Meals. I'm getting hungry for some free agents to replace Tobias Harris with. Toby should start getting hungry because he's got to be looking for a job. Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, can help you fuel up fast with chef-prepared, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. Use our special link. Use that code, SixersChat50, with the link factormeals.com/SixersChat50, and you can get 50% off. Really is a fantastic deal that Factor has to offer. Everything delivered straight to your door. Everything is already prepared. All you need to do, plug it into the microwave for a couple of minutes, and boom, you're ready to eat either breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Protein, veggie, keto, whatever you're looking for your specific meal plan, Factor has it. Pick your pre-made meals, prepped and cooked to perfection. You heat them up and you enjoy them. Factormeals.com/SixersChat50. Link is hanging out down in the comments section and in the description of this video. Tobias Harris, replacement #1. Let's go Paul George here. Hasn't come to a contract extension with the Los Angeles Clippers and did not by that deadline, and now he's going to hit the open market, and there will be suitors. I love his size. I like his playmaking ability. I like his three-level scoring. I like his defense. And yes, the age combined with the injury concerns are a little bit of a concern. This year, though, on a winning basketball team, Clippers have been fun to watch after a little bit of a rough go at it. After acquiring James Harden, he's averaging 22 points per game, 45.7% from the field. He's had some big playoff moments. Why would PG leave LA? Why he would? Clippers won't pay what he's asking for. Why he wouldn't? LA is his hometown, new arena. The Clippers want some marketable figures, and he's on a contending team. Why go anywhere when you have that? And then you have to move all the way across the country. Last 4 years, three-point numbers pretty consistent. Points per game, pretty damn good. He can rebound. He can guard some of the best players in the NBA. But again, going back to that original point, injuries, age, a little bit of a concern. You look at the games played there. He's missed a lot of time. If PG leaves LA, would you give him a max contract? That's what it's going to cost, even at the age. Why for yes and for no? You let me know. #2, Pascal Siakam. Indiana Pacers, smart basketball organization. Rick Carlisle, their head coach, Tyrese Halliburton has been balling. They're playing a very entertaining style of basketball, frenetic, fast-paced, back and forth. They can defend because under Rick Carlisle, you always have to defend. And smart organizations bring in quality players. That's exactly what Pascal Siakam is. He's long, he's lengthy. He also can score at all three levels. The three-point numbers have gone by the wayside, though. A little bit of a concern, but high-level defense, high activity levels, 21.5 points per, 6.5 rebounds this year. Can dish it just a little bit. And with the Toronto Raptors, obviously on a worse team, numbers going to be a little bit better. But you know what I'm looking at right there? Field goal numbers up. Three-point numbers up. Points per game down by 2, but rebounding numbers up. This is a really quality player who has familiarity with Nick Nurse. Why Pascal Siakam would leave Indiana? Team's been just okay. Not a big market, but they're certainly an improving young team in the NBA. Why he wouldn't? You get to play alongside Tyrese Halliburton, and he fits that Pacers play style. OG Anunoby dealing with a little bit of an elbow injury right now. He underwent that surgery, as we talked about with Dr. David Chow back in February. And you want to talk about a really, really good defender who isn't going to need to have the basketball in his hands to really make his impact and imprint be known on the game. We have seen him lock down some of the upper echelon offensive players in the game. Now, the points, not going to be Paul George level or even a Pascal Siakam level. He's not going to put the ball on the floor like those two players. Obviously, PG does that a little bit more because that's part of his game, but he's going to be around that three-point arc. He can hit that mid-range. He does have a $19.9 million player option next year, and I imagine the New York Knicks are going to want to hold on to him. When you give up some of the players that they did, including R.J. Barrett, whose brother unfortunately passed away, R.I.P. to him, and some of that capital there, you want to have a player that you mortgaged some pieces for. And with the Knicks, 15 games played, missed some time because of that elbow surgery, 15.5 points per game, 52% from the floor, 39% from three. And we've looked at a lot here on the show, a lot of the analytical defensive numbers, almost 2 steals per game. He'll put his hand in there, deflect the basketball, jar the basketball loose, just leads to offensive opportunities. Here's the issue. Are you willing to pay $30+ million per year for OG Anunoby? who also has an injury history, whose game is also a little bit limited. If we're complaining about Tobias Harris here, it's another expensive player who's not a number 2. But the thing with Anunoby, much better defender as compared to Tobias Harris. Player who I'm cool on, DeMar DeRozan. I think his game, fun to watch. He can get to his spot, rise up, hit some jumpers. The production continues to be outstanding this year with Chicago. 23 points per game, 47% from the floor. He's not going to shoot the 3. Just neglects to do it at a Ben Simmons level. He's going to be an unrestricted free agent. But he's really defied Father Time in a way where he starts to get older and the game continues to be consistent. He did have that breakout year, 2021-2022, in Chicago when he notched nearly 28 points per. It's gone down each of the last 2 years, but again, you're not asking him to put up 28 points per game. The thing that I have an issue with, and I think it's time for DeMar to move on from Chicago, while he's older, he's still effective, but because he's a mid-range guy, and he relies on the basketball to get to his spot and to create for himself, he's going to demand the basketball a lot, taking the ball away and out of the hands of Tyrese Maxey, when we've seen that grow into a strength for Maxey, and I've really liked how he's played, and alongside Embiid, that 1-2 punch was very lethal. At number 5, Klay Thompson. Now, Charles Barkley said he's going to be delivering my DoorDash soon. That graphic's been going around on social media, but with Klay Thompson, brings you a championship pedigree. He's won 4 rings. He could still get the job done on the defensive end of the floor, albeit not at the level that he once was when he was locking down Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James in NBA Finals and playoff runs. Gone to the bench here for Golden State, and the numbers have been pretty good. And when you look at the overall numbers this year, this could play with the Sixers, but age, injuries, lack of confidence, those are issues here. He's certainly still a chucker. He's going to take a lot of his shots from beyond the three-point arc. But look, 17 points per game, 42% from the floor, 38% from 3. If he rebounds and loosens up a little bit after getting paid, not having to worry about getting that contract, and he can give you 41+% from 3 like he did last year in 69 games played. We've now seen back-to-back years in which he's played a lot. I'm intrigued by that possibility, but I don't want that to be your number 3. He could be your number 4. Klay would get great looks around Joel Embiid. We fantasize about what Buddy Hield could look like alongside Joel Embiid, and hopefully at some point we can see it. John Clark saying that Joel Embiid still on target to maybe return at some point in April. Think about what Klay Thompson, better player, better two-way player, would be able to do for Philadelphia here. So 5 options to replace Tobias Harris. Who's your number 1 option to replace him outside of Crumbl Cookies? Let me know. Have a fantastic weekend. We'll catch you soon here on the show.